Thank you for joining us today. The number one investment that you can make, and that is in yourself, your body, your mind, and in increasing and enhancing and empowering the physical, mental, soul vitality of who you are on multiple levels. And we're going to talk 12 weeks basically about taking charge of your life in terms of your health, because your health is your wealth, your wealth is your health. And you don't want to be spending the first half of your life, chasing your wealth at the expense of your health, and then the second half of your life spending your wealth to get back your health. You don't want to be doing that. You want to take care of your health. Cam has made the commitment. He talked about it yesterday on yesterday's podcast about he's now willing fully. He's associated to he's made the association to go, wait a second, my health is my wealth. I'm willing to spend the money, invest in myself so I can go long hours, sustainable energy, so I can work and do my passions. Work my passions and put my passion to the pavement and experience joy at the highest and deepest and widest levels possible. So thank you for joining us. I can't express enough gratitude for Cam and the team, the dream team that are in the back, Danish and Farah, as well as other people, the people that are listening, my wife and my friends, and all these people that are helping support this podcast and that are tuning in on a consistent basis. So today's great subject is specific. We're going to talk about little bits and bites about health and vitality. And today's subject is oxygen. I often say to people, I cannot, this is a line I say to people, I wish I could give you how I feel. I wish I could, but I can't. It's like explaining to someone in Africa who about a Canadian snowfall. They've never seen a snowfall in Canada. And I explain for 4 or 5 hours what it looks like, what it feels like right now. But until they experience it, they'll never understand it. You tell someone what flower smells like, and they've never smelled the flower, you can describe how the smell is so beautiful and blissful and elegant and beautiful, and how it changes your life. That a flower in itself, just smelling a flower, has 300 megahertz of energy in it. Just by smelling a flower, it invigorates you. And you could tell them all that all day long, but until they actually experience what it feels like to smell a flower, they will never understand it. And there's that great Chinese proverb that says, if you see it, you won't remember. If you hear it, you won't remember it. If you see it, you will remember it. But until you experience it, you will never understand it. So experiencing health and vitality, I can tell you till I'm blue in the face for the next 12 weeks how important it is. But until you actually take charge of your mindset, your psychology, your body, your spirit, and actually take action towards doing it, then you're not going to understand what I'm saying. It's a pure sense of energy. It's a pure sense of invigoration where it's no stimulants involved, no caffeine. It's this constant set of energy and fuel. You feel like you have an abundance, a reservoir of energy that you can go all day. And it's like you've got second, third, fourth, and fifth wins because you've basically built that. You basically fed this Lamborghini the best fuel. So the Lamborghini can basically perform at the highest level, can rev its RPMs up as high as it can because you've tuned up, you've basically fueled up, and you've got up and you've taken care of your body. That is your Lamborghini. So, and you know what, guys, here's one thing I'm going to tell you right now. Let me just kind of preface this session with this. And I want you to keep this in mind as you take control of your health. It gets worse before it gets better. What do I mean by that? Okay, so let me give you an example of this. This is a principle that I've learned through every area of my life. Let's say you've never worked out before, or you haven't worked out for a long time, and January 1st, 2019 came around, and you went, I'm going full tilt at it, and I'm going to exercise for 2 hours. I'm going to do an hour of weights. I'm going to do an hour of boxing, and then I'm going to do some stretching, and I'm going to get so revved up. And then you did it, and you're like, yeah. And then you drank your water, you had your salad, you had all this fuel, and you're like, I'm ready. I'm already losing the weight now. And the next day, what happens? You get up feeling extraordinary soreness, tiredness, a feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm dying. I just put 20 years on my body, my back, my muscles. My mind is sore. I can't go to work. I can't sit down. I can't squat and go pee or whatever it is. And you are tired. And let me tell you something. That is a principle of life that is going to get worse before it gets better. So when you start to detox your body, sometimes the effect, you'll actually get these sort of detox effects, headaches, tiredness. You will get it. And let me tell you, some of the tips that we're going to discuss will, I wouldn't say get rid of them completely, but it will alleviate the detoxification symptoms like oxygen, which is the subject of today's discussion. So let's start this up. by talking about oxygen. Why is it so important? Well, one of my favorite things, you can just even just putting this into simple terms. How long can your body go without food? Months, maybe 30, 40, 50 days, 60 days, right? How long can you go without water? 3, 4 days. How long can you go without oxygen? Minutes at max until there's brain damage. And let me tell you something. Your number one thing that you can do, the gift that you can give your body, is oxygen. And you know what? The reason why we don't think about oxygen that much, because why? There's infinite amounts around us. If you didn't have to think about money, is because you've got a huge bank account that has millions and millions of dollars in it. You wouldn't have to worry about it. So oxygen is much the same. There's infinite amounts of abundance. But here's the thing. When it comes to the human body, there's something called the lymphatic system that literally detoxifies your body. It's like the garbage disposal system in your body. And there's basically 4 times as much lymph than there are blood cells in your body. The heart basically pumps blood, but the lymphatic system does not have a pump. The only way it gets activated is through deep diaphragmatic breathing, where you're breathing in deeply, going and then holding it, and then exhale. Breathing in through the nose, filling up the belly, and hold and exhale. And I learned this from Tony Robbins. He has a ratio of breathing called the 1-4-2 ratio of breathing. And all it basically means is you breathe in a ratio of 1-4-2. And that's it. So if you breathe in for 6, you hold for 4 times as much. Breathe in for 6, hold for 24, exhale for 12. If you breathe in for 10, hold for 40, exhale for 20. If you breathe in for 5, hold for 20, exhale for 10. So that is the key ratio. It doesn't matter what the number is. As long as you breathe in, if you breathe in for 5, hold for 20, exhale for 10. Always in that ratio. And what that does is you breathe in, you go as hard as you can without hurting yourself too much. And then you hold it for 4 times, so you make sure the lymph are grabbing at the toxins. And then you exhale for twice to make sure your lungs are expelling the toxins. And there are 4 ways your body gets rid of toxins. One is through the respiratory tract, through breathing. The other is through the urinary tract, through urination, through the bowels, right? Through elimination, and as well as through our sweat glands. Our skin is the biggest organ in our body. So one of the easiest ways and conscious ways to get rid of toxins, to keep your body healthy and vital and get rid of toxins, is deep diaphragmatic breathing, which is that 1-4-2 ratio of breathing. Let me tell you, it's the greatest gift. You can do it anytime, anywhere in your car. Every time you hit a stoplight, do 1 or 2 of those. Every time you get up or you're walking around, even this is a great trick that I use. I'll do that 1-4-2 breathing. I'll do it a few times, and I'll take some water, which is going to be our Monday episode, talking about water, keeping yourself hydrated. I'll do a few of those breaths, and I'll drink a huge glass of water. And man, you don't understand. It's natural energy, natural oxygen, natural H2O, and all of a sudden you feel amped up. And when you do that breathing exercise and you drink that water, your hunger goes throughout the door. I'm not saying there's natural forms of hunger where your body's going, I need some sustenance, I need some food. I'm not saying that, but it's that, oh my gosh, you smell that Cinnabon, or you look at that Golden Arches at McDonald's driving home, and like, oh, I'm hungry. Are you really hungry? No, it's not. What's the average person gets exposed to food 500 times a day, an average of 400 to 500 times a day, either through our visual, through our ears. You stand at a bus stop. What are you seeing? A huge Big Mac at the side of the bus stop, right? And you're like, oh, I want one of those, right? So one of the ways to counteract that, to break that pattern, breathing exercises, bring a bottle of water with you. There's even apps now that you can actually, download, and you can set it up where it dings. Every time it dings, you drink some water, or you go for a walk, or whatever it may be. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. It's the number one thing. And part of the thing about if you're looking to lose weight, here's the thing. Water is the secret weapon against gaining or for that you can use to fight fat. A lot of doctors talk about how if you're too dehydrated, what essentially happens is the liver is one of the elements that is required for fat metabolism. The kidneys will get dry and will take over some of the functions of the liver because the liver. Or it's the other way around. Sorry. The kidneys get dry, and the kidneys start to take over the functions, or the liver starts to take over the functions of the liver, or liver starts to take a function over the kidneys, and the liver can't metabolize fat. So we want to hydrate, drink tons of water, either through just drinking water. The second thing is through eating live foods, through fruits and vegetables, or high water content foods. Coffee is not in that. I'm sorry, guys. It's not, because it has caffeine. It literally dehydrates your body. Okay. It's what they call a diuretic. So I'm not saying for you coffee drinkers to completely stop, but if you want to counteract the headaches, drink more water. And we'll talk about this too. We'll talk about having green drinks and all that other stuff. That's another episode. But Monday, we're going to talk about fueling your body with water. But the whole point of this episode is to start breathing. Why is it that what is it? The statistic is it like 1 out of 7 or 1 out of 8 athletes get cancer. 1 out of 3 or 4 people that don't work out get cancer. That's an astronomical difference when it comes to, and part of that reason, I think, is because you're active, you're constantly breathing in, and you're constantly putting demands on your body. And let me tell you, oxygen is your best friend. You can do it anywhere, anytime. Exercise, breathe, and that's it. Do the 1-4-2. So build yourself up, use oxygen, and it's your best friend, guys. It is your best friend. And there's tons of it out there, and it's available to you at any moment in time. That power breathing exercise, the 1-4-2, man, you'll give yourself a great gift of oxygen. And let me tell you, your health, your body will thank you for it. And you'll find your energy is just going to soar. To your continued upgrade and evolution, live it up with power, purpose, and passion. Share it, care it, comment on it. We love you out there. To your greatest endeavors and your greatest dreams, may they come true in this lifetime, in this moment now. We love you. God bless you. Thank you, guys.